Writing a single Cypress script feels effortless. You boot the runner, target an element, click, and pass. But scaling that single file across an entire engineering organization reveals a structural vulnerability. As teams add multiple testing environments, varying responsive viewports, and parallel CI runners, the configuration matrix expands exponentially. Without a strict architecture, this complexity triggers false negatives, masks actual regressions, and infects the CI/CD pipeline with widespread flake. Test flakiness stems from poor structural design, not the technical limitations of the Cypress engine. To fix this, we have to stop treating tests as isolated scripts and start engineering a deterministic testing pipeline. That transformation requires 3 pillars. First, strict configuration layering. Second, intelligent execution scope, specifically separating component state from full end-to-end flows. And third, disciplined API extensibility to build reusable, stable commands. Mastering these 3 layers is how you elevate Cypress from a local script runner into an enterprise-grade CI/CD engine. The foundation of an enterprise suite is understanding how Cypress resolves settings. It prioritizes configuration in a rigid, non-negotiable 5-tier hierarchy. At the absolute base is cypress.env.json. This file is strictly for local, git-ignored developer overrides, ensuring personal setups never leak into production. Above that is cypress.config.ts, which serves as the permanent source of truth for repository-wide defaults. Next is the setup node events function. This executes in Node, allowing you to dynamically merge runtime configurations before the browser even opens. The 4th tier belongs to environment variables injected directly by your CI provider, identified by the cypress prefix. Finally, CLI flags sit at the peak, providing immediate absolute overrides to all lower levels. Adhering strictly to this hierarchy guarantees that CI execution environments remain entirely isolated from local developer machines, without requiring redundant core config files. This layered model is crucial for managing secrets. Passwords and API keys should never be committed to source control. They belong in CI-injected environment variables. By prepending Cypress to the variable name, you explicitly command the test runner to capture that value and expose it securely to the cypress.env object at runtime. We also use this hierarchy to split retry strategies based on the execution environment. This configuration shows 2 distinct parameters, run mode and open mode. Setting run mode to 2 ensures that headless CI pipelines will automatically retry failed tests, absorbing transient network blips. But open mode remains firmly at 0. Interactive local development needs to fail fast. Splitting these configurations prevents you from masking active regressions while you write code, while still maintaining stability when the suite runs unattended in the cloud. The next pillar is execution scope. A common architectural mistake is booting the entire application stack, front-end, API, and database, just to verify a minor UI state change. Running localized component tests through a full end-to-end pipeline incurs massive performance costs and introduces heavy network instability. The solution to this execution bloat is Cypress component testing. Rather than loading a full URL, component testing mounts frameworks like React directly into an isolated browser window, stripping away the backend entirely. Unlike simulated DOM environments such as JSDOM, Cypress mounts the component in a real browser, ensuring absolute visual rendering accuracy and realistic event handling. The cardinal scoping rule is strict delegation. Test prop states, conditional rendering, and localized UI logic exclusively at the component level. Pushing UI logic down into the component scope drastically reduces total execution time and entirely eliminates test flake caused by backend latency. Once you offload the localized UI logic, you have to redefine what remains in the end-to-end suite. E2E testing has a very specific architectural purpose, verifying critical revenue-generating paths or the database to the DOM. You use these tests for full-stack integration verification, validating user sessions, and confirming complex asynchronous data handoffs across the system. They are also mandatory for complex cross-origin workflows, like handling third-party OAuth logins, where the browser has to physically navigate across domains. By reserving end-to-end testing exclusively for full system integration, you guarantee that any CI failure at this layer represents a catastrophic user blocker, not a localized styling error. The third architectural pillar is safely extending the Cypress API using custom commands. To build these safely, you must understand two foundational types of custom commands: parent and child. Parent commands have their prev subject set to false. They begin a completely new chain of operations, ignoring previously yielded data. Child commands declare a prev subject type, like element. They strictly require a previously yielded subject from the DOM to function, passing state directly down the chain. Understanding the prev subject constraint is an absolute requirement for building composable custom APIs that don't break existing command chains. You also have the ability to modify default Cypress behavior using the cypress.Commands.overwrite pattern. A critical security use case is overriding the default .type command. By passing a sensitive flag and disabling the log output, you can explicitly mask passwords in the UI logs so they are never captured in CI artifacts. But extending the API introduces the abstraction trap. Many teams mistakenly use custom commands to wrap simple, localized UI interactions, like clicking a specific button. Treating commands.js as a dumping ground for page object models bloats the global API namespace and severely degrades your ability to debug test failures. For localized UI logic, stick to standard JavaScript functions within your spec files. Custom commands must be reserved strictly for global application-wide behaviors. The most effective use of custom commands is orchestrating global application setup operations. When establishing test state, you should skip the UI entirely. Use cy.request to inject authentication tokens directly into the browser, bypassing slow, repetitive login screens. Another ideal candidate for a custom command is integrating Cypress..axe for continuous accessibility testing. You can configure the Axe engine to target specific WCAG 2.1 AA rules and define violation thresholds, ensuring that minor contrast issues don't immediately halt the pipeline. Encapsulating external tools like Axe into global commands guarantees deterministic accessibility enforcement across the entire test suite. Ultimately, building a resilient test suite is an exercise in systems-level engineering. The enterprise blueprint is clear. Layer your configuration strictly, push UI validation to components, and reserve APIs for global tooling. Treating test automation as a first-class architectural concern is the only path toward a stable, high-velocity continuous integration pipeline.